Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about Kirby Star Allies once again, and the abilities that are coming in this game, as well as the friend abilities, and any other things of the similar fashion. So, you know what, let's just go straight into this. I'm going to be starting with the regular abilities. These are not the ones that give an element, though some of them do have the potential to do so later on in the game, and maybe we haven't even heard of. The first ability I'm going to be talking about is Beetle. Beetle Kirby is coming back, or the Beetle ability in general, and the assistance that comes with this will be Beetly, who I believe came from Kirby's Triple Deluxe with Queen Sectonia, you know, that entire storyline. So, Beetle is coming back, but we don't see it have any attribute in which it could take an element, nor can it give anything back, but we could find that out later on. We have Bomb ability. Bomb is able to get attributes from things like fire, ice, wind, all the elements that are in this game. So that one's going to be pretty versatile, and you do get Poppy Bros Jr. as your assistant for that. The next ability is actually Cook Kirby, and you guys might be surprised about this, but Chef Kawasaki can actually be a partner in this, meaning that Cook Kirby might potentially have its own moveset. In Kirby's and the Amazing Mirror, Magic Kirby was in that game, and what Magic Kirby did was had like a roulette wheel and then some random thing could happen. In Squeak Squad, Magic Kirby came back but had an actual moveset. The roulette from Amazing Mirror only could be used one time, much like Cook Kirby. So in this game, it seems that Cook might actually have its entire moveset, because we see Chef Kawasaki throwing frying pans and cups, but we do not see Kirby doing this. When Kirby does his Cook Kirby move, and he takes everybody into the pot, including his partners, it becomes a friend Cook move. I couldn't translate what it said, but it became a friend ability, and then the power just disappeared. But then we saw the same thing happen with Chef Kawasaki. He took all of the enemies on the screen and put them in the pot, but it didn't look like he disappeared afterwards. But that might just be different because he is an assistant, so that'll just be killing himself. So it might actually look like Kirby might also be able to do what Chef Kawasaki could do, but if he uses the Super Pot move, like just taking everybody on the screen, the entire move just disappears. So that's completely potential on that being what Kirby can do. And we don't know if it can mix with things like, let's say, fire, but I can imagine like throwing like fiery hot pots at people. That makes sense to me. The next ability we're going to talk about right here is Cutter Kirby. Recirculate as your assistant, of course, like always with the Cutter ability, and this is a lot like the the Bomb ability, where you can mix ice, fire, water, electric, or spark, whatever you want to call it. It's really versatile, and it can have the potential to also cut ropes, because I'm imagining ropes are back in this game as well. The next ability, though we don't see anything fusing with it, or it fusing with others, it does have the ability to assist somebody else. Like, it's ESP from the NESP enemy, Nesp. He's able to use his psychic abilities, or ESP Kirby or Nesp. They both can use their psychic abilities to lift any Rocky or Stone Kirby when they're in their rock form to drop on top of people. Now, I don't know if this means it's only going to be with Stone, or you could pick up any other partner of yours, but I think that would be really neat. And honestly, if there's like some sort of puzzle that involved passing the Stone ability through like spiky areas or something where the invincibility of the stone can resist the damage, so your partner couldn't just fly in there in the first place, I think that would have been neat, if you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. The next ability is Festival, which seems to be the new one-off Crash Kirby type of move. Kirby and his partners will just start dancing on the screen, kill everybody on the screen, and then they become star bits, or pieces of stars that you could just collect. And I don't know if you'd be able to get a partner out of that move, but there's this enemy, unnamed enemy. It's just basically a bird and a horn fused together, and that's the enemy that you can get it from. So who knows, maybe you can have a one-off partner, and I think that's a pretty cool enemy, and I can't wait to see what it can do. Next up, we have Fighter Kirby. Obviously, Fighter's back in here. We have not seen it fuse with any of the elemental friend-giving abilities, but we have seen that it can use Friend Throw, where it grabs a partner and it just chucks them, and they just bounce around the wall like a ping pong ball or a pinball. That's it. Pinball, not ping pong ball. Pinball, and they just bounce around, destroying everything and enemies, including like those big metal cubes that you see in some Kirby games that he can't destroy unless he has a certain ability, and or a cannon. And I think that's a pretty good thing, but I do wish Fighter could have like maybe get like, you know, get some fire fists on there or something like that, you know, something pretty sick. The next ability is Hammer Kirby. We do not see him Hammer having a attribute in which helps another partner, but we do know the partner that you can have from it is Bonkers, and indeed Hammer can be fused with any of the elementals that we've seen so far, except for one, which I'm going to get into afterwards when I'm talking about the elemental abilities. Then we have Ninja. Ninja seems to hold dear to its previous incarnations, as well as still have a partner of Biospark, Superstar. But in this game, if anyone remembers, back then, Kirby Squeak Squad scroll abilities, depending on where Ninja was, like if Ninja was, I believe, on the ground, and he uses his like jutsu move or whatever, fire engulfs everywhere. If you're on the water, it becomes like waves, and it kind of becomes like a little bit of elemental in that case. So what's happening here is when you have an element of these abilities on Ninja, well, all of his moves become like water, wind, and all that based. But then there's this one move where he throws a pink smoke beneath him, but this time it's gonna like explode with like fire or wind, water. I'll show you the clips here. It's easier to see that. But yeah, basically it changes that into an elemental move. Still versatile as any other move. Next we have Sleep. I doubt Sleep's gonna have a partner, but if Sleep does have a partner, it would be naughty, but that would be very useless. But the next one would be Spider. Your partner will be Como, who looks really different. In the previous games, Como does not have a torso. Como's just a spider that hangs down, right? But in this game, he's a spider that hangs down, but that's his head. Then he has a body underneath it, which is really weird. I wish he was just a spider running around. That would make more sense to me, but he looks creepy now. He can leave webs, like even floating in the middle of the air and stuff like that, and if you jump on it, or someone else jumps on it, it'll be used as like a springboard, and you can do a super jump. Like think of high jump ability. I think it actually even damages enemies that you come in contact with. The next ability we were talking about is Staff, which we do not see with any of the elements, but because this is a weapon-based ability, I believe that the Staff is going to be indeed be able to be water, fire, ice, and all of that. And your partner here is a new enemy called Jaharubito. Okay, I want to call it that. Jaharubito. And they look strangely identical to the Mage Generals. I'm going to talk about them in my boss video, but they have the exact same style of hat. It's like straight up. And Kirby even gets that hat when he's takes the ability. And this is kind of based off of Power Pole. Yeah, Power Pole. It's like it extends and it stretches out, but it does have a very uncanny resemblance to me of the Baton ability from the Kirby anime in his upwards throwing attack, where he spins it and it shoots upwards and it just spins. It kind of reminds me of how he defeated one of the Air Rider enemies, and I'm like, what? I know it's not the same ability. I don't think they got inspired, but maybe that attack did. Who knows? The next ability is Stone, with Rocky as your partner. Couldn't think of who else it would be besides maybe if they brought back Golem, who was supposed to be in the GCN Kirby game. Stone, I would have wanted Earth or Rock to be an ability to give to something else. But so far it just looks like stone is just stone. They haven't shown rock uppercut, which came from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, I believe. They gave stone a couple other moves where Kirby's fist turns to rock and he just does an uppercut. I believe it came from that game, and I kind of hope it's back. It was good. It was a good move just to make it more creative. I don't know what other friend abilities it can give to somebody else, like an assistance, but it can take things like fire, considering it takes things like fire, water, and all of that as its attributes. I don't think it's going to give anything to someone else. For Suplex Kirby coming back in here, your partner would be Bugsy. Bugsy's trademark is the suplex ability, and Suplex and Bugsy both can do the friend throw ability just like Fighter can, which does make sense. And they cannot take anything like fire, wind, water. They can't take anything. But the thing with Bugsy though is Bugsy keeps his ability to fly, so he's probably going to have a little bit more mobility compared to some of the other partners, besides maybe Birdon when we get to them. The next ability is Sword. Sword takes all the elements. Standard. Blade Knight's a partner. That's just given. Whip, same thing. You can get all of the abilities from that, and your partner is Wester, which I want to say Whip came from Return to Dreamland as well, so it's actually nice to see Whip again. Whip's actually might have been pretty popular lately. A lot of people really like Whip, or at least the creators of the Kirby games right now has been really liking Whip. I want to see Animal Kirby back. Yo-Yo Kirby's back from the Superstar games. I'm so happy. Takes all the elements it needs. Partner is him returning. That is awesome to see in a 3D game, and it's just overall really cool. Now, for the majority of these abilities, besides Chef, Sleep, Staff, Fighter, and Suplex, all of them can take element. Oh, and Beetle. All of them can take elements. Oh, and Spider. They all can take elements from the other abilities, except for maybe one, which I'm gonna get into right after this. So, it's very peculiar because there's only one ability I see that doesn't help someone else, and that's Beetle, which I do want to talk to as well. For the elements, like abilities that can give an element, the first one is Artist. This is the one that I've been wanting to talk about. The element Paint seems to be something you can give to other abilities, but they only showed it to be given to Stone, where it becomes a big painted stone Kirby that splashes paint when it lands. Now, the thing about that is, we haven't seen it with, let's say, Yo-Yo or Whip, Cutter, nothing. But it still has the full potential to be able to do that, because I don't see why not. They're just treating paint as an element at this point. And since they did that for Stone, like, why Stone? So with Artist, you get Vividria, who is one of the new enemy that has Artist ability and is a mid-boss. So far we're seeing that Chef Kawasaki, Bonkers, Bugsy, and Vividria, they all are mid-bosses that gives you abilities. And the funny thing about that is, there's one mid-boss that we see in the game that doesn't become your partner, and that's Mr. Frosty. Because Chili's your ice partner. The next ability I'm talking about right now is Beam. Waddle Doo is your partner for that, and the ability you get from it is Spark, or Electric, whatever element you want to call it. And overall, Beam's the same thing. Beam can't take none of these abilities right here can take any element from something else, so all they can do is get friend thrown or super jumped with Spider or that type of stuff, or get cooked by Kawasaki. Plasma, your partner is Plug, who appeared in Kirby 64 and hasn't showed up since. And again, that is Spark and Electric. Plug used to be Spark in that game. So now that he's Plasma, is pretty neat. I saw some new attacks too from Plug, where it can zigzag like Pikachu's quick attack from Smash Bros. So that's actually going to be very interesting in my opinion, and I'm excited to try the new Plasma Spark ability in this game. Cleaning Kirby's returning from its debut since Kirby's Dream Land 3, never seen again. Partner is Broom Hatter, who gave Kirby the cleaning ability, and it actually gives the element of wind. I wasn't expecting that at the beginning, but I was actually thinking Tornado was going to come back because I saw some of the hot air balloon scene with the bombs from the first or second trailer, and I thought, oh, okay, that definitely came from Tornado. What else can give wind? I didn't think cleaning was going to do that, but that's pretty cool. Wing Kirby, your partner is Birdon, both of which have more mobility in the sky, just like Beetle Kirby or Bugsy or Beatley, more mobility in the air. But also it gives the wind ability as well, which I'm assuming is from any of the attacks. I don't know which one would give the wind part, because I get the broom, you're flicking it, but well, I'm not quite sure. Next would be Fire. Standard, your partner is Burning Leo, gives the fire ability to things. Next is Ice. You have Chili the Snowman as your partner, and it gives off the ice ability. Now, the next one, I'm just gonna skip to the last one right here. Water. Your partner is Dribbly, a snake enemy, which I didn't think was new, but apparently Dribbly is new, and it gives them the water ability. You know what? I think Dribbly originally was from the GCN game. I'm gonna have to check that video and put it up here, but maybe Dribbly might have been from that game. Because I hear a lot of people saying Dribbly's a new enemy, and I don't remember. I remember seeing Dribbly before. But anyway, the next ability is Parasol. Yes, Parasol cannot take elements from another thing, because when you're using the from some of the other Kirby games, you might guys remember, when Kirby uses his Parasol, it actually flicks water out, and that actually gives the water ability. But you also have the ability in which you expand your umbrella to protect your friends, which this is something I'm thinking of. If your ability does not at least give off an element, the ability will be able to help another element in some way. I mean, help another person in some way. Like, let's say Spider. Spider can't take any elements, and it can't give any elements. So instead, it has Friend Jump. But this can be seen like with the Fighter and Suplex as well. They can't take and they can't give, so they give the Throw ability. So this is making me think, what can Beetle do? Because so far, everything except for Beetle, I believe, gives something back, if not taking something. And maybe Beetle can get elements and we haven't seen it, but I'm not quite sure yet. And last but not least, since Parasol gave water, but through one of its like minuscule little attacks you don't even think about, I'm thinking maybe Bomb might give fire if you throw it at somebody and they get fire. Or maybe Hammer Flip can give fire, because your hammer sets on fire, and then if you hit a partner, maybe they turn into fire, the fire enhanced ability. I'm trying to think what other abilities can do that for someone else, but I'm not quite sure. But I'm very adamant in thinking Beetle's going to be able to do something. Maybe Beetle can also do Friend Throw or something of that nature, because most of these abilities give something to somebody else, or takes something from somebody else, or has something in which that assists the team as a upgraded move. Beetle is the one sticking out to me. Maybe I missed it, so maybe you guys can help me out with that. Tell me guys your opinions on what you think your favorite ability is going to be. I wouldn't count Festival as something that needs to have a friend ability, because your partners are coming in dancing with you. So honestly, I think that might be enough to say it's a friend ability. But other than that, you guys, wait, I'm sorry, something real quick. For some reason, the Kirby wiki wants to say Mike and Crash Kirby are in the game, but there's absolutely no proof. So if you guys ever see anywhere that says Mike and Crash Kirby are in the game, I'm pretty sure they're not in the game, but who knows, maybe they are in the game. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna come back with a full moveset. Who knows? So you guys have a good day. I'm really excited for this game, and so you guys tell me your opinions, your thoughts, your favorite abilities. Other than that, have a good one.